MD Lima, go ahead. Yeah, I haven't heard him. I just have stepped in here. It's kind of light this evening, but the band should come around. KG4 WQQ. Oh, 10 on the mobile. Well, out of the mobile, you're doing pretty decent then. Copy in Currentsville, North Carolina, and an 18-wheeler. Yeah, well, I'm in here, and I'm in the state of Alabama, right on the Georgia-Alabama state line, right across the Interstate I-20. Mike gets in here, I'll tell him you're out there monitoring rides around.
KG2 and
There you get him, Mike.
Did you guys hear Kilo India 4 pop in India Lima? He's in the Mobile. I don't know if I'll be able to copy him though.
Yeah, I was talking to him till you come in there.
Alright, well, that was him, and I got a light copy on him down here in Jacksonville.
He said he hears you loud and clear, 100%.
Roger, yeah, I just heard him slightly on that last over. Alright, okay, Roger, I'm glad you got to work and let these guys pick it back up with the microphone. Good evening, Richard, Jeff, and I think Bill's in there, or Dwayne, everybody, how you guys doing?
Hello, good evening, right back.
The KI4 call, can't remember the calls too good. Anyway, Kilo Golf 4, Whiskey, Quebec, I'm standing by. I'm sitting by, excuse me.
VA3 KBC, again, guys, I am live streaming now, so just to give you a heads up.
Kilo Bravo 3, Whiskey, Bravo X-ray. So, okay, guys. I'm probably going to go help my wife for a minute, and then I'll be right back.
What do you want to do that for?
I think she needs a little bit of help there, but back to the rack gear. Maybe we'll figure that out one day.
Sounds good now there, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm back on the rack gear. No, I think it has to be that box because it does it by itself. Everything else I got sounding good if I just had a good Focusrite box.
Hey, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
And XR's got all the rack gear in it you need.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm waiting on.
I only had 4 running. It did pretty darn good. If you know how to set it up, I didn't.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I'll have too much of a problem. I don't think so.
Did you download the program?
Yeah, I got it downloaded and been checking out everything on it, making sure I'm familiar with it when it gets here.
You can set it up, I think, before it gets there. You can put your 3 or 4 rack gear in there and go for it.
Yeah, it won't take me long. Plus, I could run the cakewalk also with it.
I'm not sure, but I've never had cakewalks. I don't know. I'd run the XR first and see what you do with it, and then maybe add stuff to it.
That's what I'm going to do. We're going to try it straight up first, and then we're going to go from there, but probably won't need nothing else. So, all right, guys, I'll be right back. KB3, WBX, and good evening, Richard. And quit your fibbing. You ain't standing. You're setting just like me. And I'll be back.
Static crashes out there.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that too there.
I'm going to bring up lightningmaps.org and see whereabouts they're coming from. Okay, out Kansas, out there, and then out in the Atlantic through Bermuda, all along through there. That's quite a ways away.
Yeah, I can definitely see them a lot on your radio there.
Looks like something's out there around Kansas City, Kansas.
Yeah, yes. I'll be back in a minute, guys. I'm going to check the other bands. The stream's going to keep running here, but I'm going to check the other bands, see what's going on there. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I didn't see that one, but I can do that later. Well, I tell you, this has been productive, very productive, and but that is a kind of a mystery, you know, the way they do that darn.
On 15. 20 meters.
Frecuencia Bravo, pero te copio de bonita forma. Qué bueno copiar a Argentina, hacía tiempito. Bouncing back and forth, so it's right at about 145.0. Bye and good night.
It's one the SPE Expert, and the other is the EB.
The other.
All sounds the same to me. You know, it's an accordion.
Long time, so you're 25 over right now. So.
It's happy to be here and enjoying this, even in these times.
About the interest rates you have.
Because the stupid spot.
We'll go back to meters.
After.
Not a lot of activity just yet. Okay, I'm back. 17 meters is a good strong signal there. EA3 KBC, top of the hour.
And KYA.
Small crowd tonight.
It's early yet.
Yes, it is.
It's almost past your bedtime, eh?
I'm drinking some tea right now, so that should keep me awake. Though I was up at 4 this morning because the darn carbon monoxide detector was going off in the basement here. So it had 3 chirps. So on the thing it says 3 chirps, there's a fault with it. So I just ordered a new one. I thought it was the battery. I replaced it, put 2 batteries in. Still was chirping, so I just unplugged it. But I went back to sleep. I was surprised. Usually when I get up, that's it. But I did get back to sleep.
And once I get up, I'm pretty much done.
Yeah, once I get up, I'm pretty much done for too.
Well, for whatever reason, I laid back down and because I had to turn the light on to see, to get it undone and change the battery and everything. And I thought, well, that's it. But I thought, well, I'll lay back down. And sure enough, it wasn't much longer than I was out. So yeah, I don't know if I think I mentioned to Dwayne, I went to see Dr. Abdali, and my kidney function is improving. My A1C, I think was, what did he say, was, what did he say, 7.9, yeah. It was 8 something before, it's down to 7.9. He wants it down lower. He says 6.8 would be great. So he's up my one pill for my diabetes, so he said that'll help as well. And I said, yeah, now that spring's coming around the corner, I'll be out on the bike and riding it and being out in the garden and getting a little bit more exercise. You know, it's winter just sitting around not doing a whole lot is not good. So I'll be more active, and that'll help as well. And the big surprise, guys, was when I went in the office there, receptionist, she had a mask on, but the doctor didn't. I said, it was really nice to see a smile and get rid of these stupid things. And he said, yes. So that was a pleasant surprise. Grandson's using the gate we put up on the stairs there. He's strumming them. I can hear him playing it like a well, not like a guitar, but one of those harps, like a harp. Yep, that's what he's doing. Oh, you enjoy your supper, Don. I may just scan the other bands for a little bit. I'll leave the stream running. I'll be back. VA3 KBC.
Wow. Well, that's getting close. Well, hard to believe the band is this good between us. I don't know what the numbers were today, but man, you're really rocking in here. Let me drop my power to 40 watts where I normally run, and let me see how much. Okay, that's 1350. So that's where I usually run it, and that looks pretty good. Mike, when you release your no, you don't do that. You don't have a foot pedal to release.
Número 3 Golf xilófono.
Dodge over. 5-9 in New Jersey, just south of New York City. You're booming in here tonight. Nice clear signal.
Yeah, thank you very much for the 59. You're a very good signal also in Belgium. My name is John. Thanks for the contact. I'm 73.
73, the name's Ed Echo Delta, and have a great night.
Okay, Ed, thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Bye-bye. QRZ Oscar November 4 Bravo Whiskey.
Belgium.
Yeah, Alpha 6 Alpha Zulu here. X-ray Echo 6 Alpha Zulu from Mexico. Yeah, I see it's correct, your call sign, okay? Hello, your report next over. Sorry, a little distraction here. My name is John, and QTH just near Brussels, QSO. Sì, questo è Edoardo, scusi. I see strange number 6. You are 58 il tuo segnale in Belgica, può essere? Ok, Eduardo, gracias por 5-7. Ok, my indicative Oscar November 4 Bravo Whiskey. I repeat, Oscar November 4 Bravo Whiskey. Question? Oscar Nicaragua 4 Bravo Whisky della Belgica, Corretto. Tres contacte, avere la tua stazione in 40 metri, scuotele, Eduardo? Vai Eduardo, 713, gracias. QRZ Vivid X-ray, Oscar November 4 Bravo Whiskey, Vicuriac.
Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie.
VI 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie. Just a minute, please. Turn a little my antenna. My name is John. In the QTH, just near Brussels, the capital city. Your report next over. Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie. ON4 Bravo Whiskey.
ON4 Bravo Whiskey, Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie. Very good, John. Name here is Don, and I'm in Lambton Shores, Southern Ontario, Canada. I am live streaming now as well, John, on YouTube. I am live streaming. You can pick it up off my QRZ page. There's a link there. And you're, what was it, 10 or 15 dB over S9 here into Lambton Shores. And I'm going to get you logged in on QRZ here. And back over to you, John.
Yeah, QSO, Don, thank you very much. You are a 5.9 plus 10 to 15 dB over S9 here. Very, very good signal, Don, and thank you for the information to the live streaming and YouTube. Okay, 2 stations this day, live streaming. The first, not remember. Yeah, station to Mexico, okay? H3 1 to Mexico in 10 meters. Okay, well done. Good signal, good audio, good copy. The propagation is very strange because HQSB in the signal for a few stations. Thanks for the contact, 73, and good evening. Bye-bye.
7-3, John. Good talking with you. Yeah, propagation is good tonight. Anyhow, you have a good evening. It's probably quite late there. I have 7:11 here in the evening. So 7-3, my friend. Oscar November 4, Bravo Whiskey, Victor Alpha 3 Kilo, Bravo Charlie.
Okay, thank you, Don. Merci beaucoup, 73.
Kilo Charlie 1.
Kilo Charlie 1, Fox Echo November. Hello, good evening. Thank you very much for the call. You are a 5x9 59 signal report. Good signal. And my name is John QSO.
QSO, did you say John? I've got a good copy on you. I've got somewhere around a 5.9 back here. First name is Peter. I'm in Massachusetts here, Western Massachusetts. I've been fooling around with this radio. It's an Acom 746 Pro to sell it. Fair enough. You know, getting a signal from the back to you, sir.
Okay, Peter, thank you very much. Okay, for your equipment, Acom, working very well, very good audio and good signal here. Okay, use FTDX10 amplifier and 4 aluminium beam from M square in 20 meter height. That's my condition here in Belgium. I'm just near Brussels. Okay, thanks for the short contact, Peter. 73 and good evening for you. Bye-bye, Peter.
Okay, sir. The pleasure was on this end, and thanks again for coming back to me. We'll give you the 73 and let you move on. Thanks again, sir.
Bye-bye, 73. Thanks.
Victor Echo 3, X-ray Echo Echo.
Yeah, Victor Echo 3, X-ray Echo Echo. Hello, thanks for the call. Good evening. You are 5x9. Good signal. 59. QSO?
QSO, thank you. You're also a 5.9. RQTH is nation's capital of Canada, Ottawa, Ontario. We're using a vintage Tech Omni Charlie. Go ahead.
Hi, QSO. Yeah, good audio. Your vintage. Okay, what is your name just for the log, please?
Yeah, the name is Vince Victor Italy Norway Charlie Echo.
Vince, okay, Vincent. Okay, thank you very much, Vince. My name is John. You're listening here. Good audio also to your vintage transceiver. Okay, Vince, thanks for the short contact. Good evening, about 70.
So you got, yeah, I just handed out some points, really. I didn't try to take over a frequency and run it for a bit, which I would like to, and that's my usual forte when I'm ever in contest at all. But yeah, I mean, I just was trying to pick up. I was on 10, 15, and 20 only.
Coming out from North America, you're 5 and 9, 59.
Enough. I think I had.
Off their line. Maybe they're going to be some young people that aren't going to make.
Ταλαιπωρεί τα μηχανήματά σου εσένα για να μιλάω. About a half inch, and by noon it's pretty much gone.
Five and 7, you know. Anyway, I know you could say 14. Yeah, 14's good. 14's good. I like 14.
That's what I'll do next, Dave. Maybe back, may not. If not, have a good morning, and don't forget to feed the pony.
Merci beaucoup, au revoir. So hello to your visitors, and give the dog a pat for me.
Easy Victor Yellow in the small and insignificant independent country of England here. It's say 2 weeks ago, maybe. It's been a very...
In Surrey, Virginia, go ahead.
Yeah, where it was just molten hot down in the valley, and we...
No EU.
No AU or no AU.
Hi, about 7 miles.
No reporter, my name is John QSO.
QSO, John, you're 5-9 into Texas. I'm located out west from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The name is Jim.
KEA, TTU, good evening, DJ.
How did you know it was me? How did you know it was me, Dave?
I'm watching your ugly mug.
Oh. I forgot about that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I made a contact with Belgium. So I was on 40 and heard him, so I turned the beam that way, and boy, he really came in good and strong.
Yeah, that's kind of neat how you got that set up on there.
I have a new camera, C310, giving it a try, and it seems to be working okay. So I still couldn't make the adjustments like I used to be able to. So I don't know whether it's a Windows thing or what it is, but I don't think it's the Streamlabs causing the issue, but there's a different way of going about doing the settings. So I did that, and I'm satisfied with the way it is now.
Now, is that hard to set up, or is that basically just a window, like you got the camera on the actual screen of your control screen?
When you set up Streamlabs OBS, there's sources. So you set up the source, and it's the video capture device, Thetis, Pure Signal, Mosely Beam. So like with Pure Signal, I can put that up there. The Mosely Beam, I can put that up there. So those are sources that you embed into the program. And I can take it off, take that off. I can take myself, disappear as well. So just the things that you can do. But those are things you have to, do into the program, put all that, it's called a source. It's this OBS, this Streamlabs OBS, I found easier to work. It's a new version from the original OBS. Now, Doug likes the OBS that he has. He didn't care for the Streamlabs, but I don't know. I like the Streamlabs now better. Which is better between the two? I couldn't tell you. I just found this one a little easier to navigate and get things set up. So maybe there's more things you can do with the other one. I don't know, but this one's good and simple. So, and that's what you do. So I found, like I said, when I do stuff, I play around figuring things out just over and over again until I figure it out, and that's how I got it. Now, I did watch one video on setting it up, so that gave me an indication or a clue on how to do some of this stuff, and then from there I just did the rest as well. VA3 KBC.
Yeah, like I say, I mean, it's really neat to watch it, be able to see what you're, like me, seeing my signal that's coming into you. So it makes it interesting to watch the waterfall and the signal strength that's coming in. Now, all the settings that I'm looking at, like around the edges of the screen, are those your actual settings that you're using currently?
Yes. So, okay, so where my mouse is like that, right there is all the bands. This here is the lower sideband, upper sideband, CWAM. Here's my settings for bandwidth receive, and then I can set the manually set it here for the transmit. Over here is can you see that? I don't know if you can see my mouse moving around. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so yeah, then my other stuff is all up here. So more or less, yeah, that's where everything is now. There is also, and I don't think it'll show, but it won't show on the screen. But there's a setup, so another window comes up with a whole bunch of stuff. It won't show that though, for whatever reason. I would have to have it as a source for it to come up.
That's very technical. It's kind of neat to see when people do stuff like this on there. KE8 GPU.
Okay, so I just took a picture. I'll put it on Signal there, and that's what one of the things that comes up when I hit the setup tab. And then there's a general audio display, DSP, transmit, PA settings, appearance, keyboard, serial network tests, HW select, forward set options, calibration, filter, yada yada yada. So you got more tabs there to click on for different things. So yeah, it's got a lot of stuff you can play around with. You know how I change my colors on the screen here as well. That's kind of neat. So yeah, you can really personalize the Anan to what you want.
Yeah, way too technical for me. It is cool though. I like it. I think it's neat to watch it. Just watching the different signals on there.
Oh. I got cookies. Oh, nice and warm too.
Oh man, now I'm gonna have to go get me a snack.
Chocolate chip to boot.
So where is everybody this evening?
Your dad went for supper, and I'm not sure what Dwayne's doing. Jeff's gone to talk with his wife, give her a hug, he said. And I'm not sure where everybody else is. I said I was keeping the stream going, but I was going to go check the other bands, and that's when on 15 meters, the guy was really coming in strong. And 20, I wasn't too much on 20, but 40 was really strong. So that's when I turned the beam towards Belgium there and talked to that one guy there.
Yeah, I guess a week ago or so they were saying that I guess 10 meters was really, I forget who was saying that, but 10 meters must have had some really good distance going on it.
10 meters was busy. 15 meters, holy smokes. I'd never seen my waterfall like that before on 15 meters. You could walk across it. It was just filled right up. There's signals on 12 meters. So, yeah, well, I think it was contesting what was going on, so that's why they were on 10 and 15. You're not supposed to contest on 17 or 12, but you know, you kind of do a little bit. brought lightningmaps.org up and seen where the lightning is out Kansas and then out in the Bermuda there, out in the Atlantic.
Did you say there is lightning out near Kansas?
Yeah, Kansas City, there's lightning, and then also out in the Atlantic.
Yeah, that's strange. I mean, my signal, I'm an F9 noise level, but it's a steady noise level. It's not, a lot of up and down on it.
Mine's quiet here, but I'm running noise reduction 2 as well. I'll take it off. That's the S9 noise there. With noise reduction 2 on, it quietens it right out, but I can still hear, when guys are talking.
Can't believe what them signals look like from them guys up above us. Both them signals are really strong.
Well, down below, you see the splatter of that one guy.
Sure, go right ahead, you big signal.
Roger, it's Victor America 3, Mike Whiskey Tango. Name is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo.
He's got a clean signal, but the other guy was really, as they say, all knobs to the right.
Like a ham radio truck driver.
Yeah. Just stay tuned. I'm going to check 15 meters again, see what's going on there. Or I'm sorry, 17 and 40. So I'll just keep the stream going here, Dave.
Okay, I'll be here. KTTU.
Indiana sounding good.
You're about 5x5 here into Fort Worth, New York. Name is John. We're off the Hotel West.
Yes. On the RF2K-S. RF2K.
I'm assuming probably, because I'm so far south, I haven't been up that way in a long time. HD.
You may have hit it.
CQ, Whiskey 4, Foxtrot Sierra Oscar, calling CQ, standing by. CQ.
And it finally gave up the ghost. The original 4-speed transmission, and the serial number was correct. So somebody pulled out the 427, put in a 327, but it had the side plates, it had the 427 hood.
Several years ago, and the
34, FSO, calling CQ.
Bravo.
Dime.
Como dicen los cubanos, si es muy grande la...
How much we got? Maybe 2 inches of rain and wind gusts 40, 50, 60 miles an hour, blowing stuff all over the place. Had a hell of a mess in my yard. But I loaded.
VOZ8I for ID.
Can't complain. Well, I could, but I don't think nobody wants to listen anyway, so.
PA3 KBC, I'm back.
All right, DJ, I'm back too.
I hear that. Yeah, I was checking out 17 and 20 and 40.
Well, me and Dwayne downloaded the device and checked the sample and everything, so we don't know. I don't know where he went, but I don't know if I got it fixed or not.
Well, I don't hear anything here.
Wow, that might have fixed it then.
Well, I'm streaming, so you can check it out on the stream.
Right, okay. Yeah, but this is, hopefully it still sounds okay, because I've been messing with it a little bit, trying to get that out of it, so, but it should sound all right.
I like it. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, he sounds normal to me. I got a good, strong signal on him, too, tonight.
I think of last week, if he'd left it alone, he sounded good then.
Yeah, but it had RF in it, Dawn. RF started getting in it and started messing up.
Yeah, I wanted to tell you, too, before I forget, the only rack gear I had hooked up in there was the sound mixer, the rich plate reverb, the dual combinator, and the dual combiner is the only 4 that I had hooked up, and it did great.
Can you do more than 4? Can you do, like, more if you wanted to?
I believe you can. I don't know. But there's more in there. Some of it's only pertaining to instruments, but not, these are the audio gear that I had.
Right. I was checking it out. I really did see they had a de-esser in there that would be really nice.
Well, I got the settings for mine. When you get it hooked up and ready to go, maybe some of these would work for you.
Oh, okay. Sounds good here.
Good evening, Dave.
Good evening, Dan. Jeff, I was just looking at your signal on his live stream. You were like 35 over up there at DJ.
Oh, wow. I need to turn it down.
Don't pedal so hard, Don.
Do what?
Don't pedal so hard.
Yeah, I'm going to leave here in a few minutes to go get Avi, but I'll be back here by 10 after 9.
The 3 PSO.
I mean 10 after 8.
Good evening, Scott.
Good evening, Scott.
Good evening, Scott.
Hello, Scott, if you can hear me.
Loud and clear, Jeff, and good evening to all.
If you can hear me.
Well, Scott beats you all. He's peaking 40 over, but of course, I don't think that has anything to do that he's only 20 miles away from me.
Not at all.
It's all in the radio equipment.
Well, it's the illegal antennas we can run in Canada.
It's the Wonder Loop.
1 miles from me, but he's not as strong as some of the other stations because he's too close.
It's the Wonder Loop.
I'm only running 10 watts.
Oh, okay.
What was that, Dave?
I was messing with Dad. He said that I'm not as strong there. We're so close. And I said I could turn it up. I'm only running 10 watts.
I think 15 over is good enough.
You're doing about 15, 20 over there, Dave.
I'm live streaming too, Scott.
All right.
Hey, Scott, how's your wife doing?
She is doing just fine. She had a good night's sleep last night. Of course, some nice drugs do that well. And but no, she's doing well. She's up and going around today, a little bit more than what she was yesterday, and she's actually enjoying some decent meal.
Yeah, I bet.
Everything seems to be working just fine.
Now, is she limited to her diet, what she can eat now that she doesn't have a gallbladder?
It was advised to start out with one fat at a time and see how that goes, and then introduce another one in a few days.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, there's some people that it doesn't affect them at all.
Yes, we have heard that, and but she's had issues gastrally. Big word used appropriately. She's had issues there in the past, so we're just taking it slow.
Oh, absolutely.
Plus, your body will tell you what it likes and doesn't like after that.
That's true. That's true. Good evening, Dwayne.
Good evening.
Good evening, Dwayne.
Well, I made it back. I had a phone call, so I had to step off to the side. But here I am. I made it back.
Good evening, Dwayne.
Hey, guys. Yeah, sorry. I didn't have the chat up. So, Andy. Hi, Andy. And who else? Brian there. Nuclear Cowboy. Brian. Hi. And Doug. Doug's listening, I guess, as well. So, yeah, I keep forgetting to hit the live chat so I can see who's texting there on the chat.
Well, Dwayne, nobody says they can't hear nothing, so it must be okay.
Oh, that's good.
New antenna, Dwayne?
I know Jeff was having a little bit of RF issues or a program issue, but I guess he got it straightened out.
Yeah, I'm on it right now. This is it.
I don't hear anything at all.
What did you turn off, Jeff?
Well, I didn't. Me and Dwayne went in and downloaded the Focusrite controller and checked a few things and rehooked it back up, and it's not doing it now.
Hey, Jeff.
Yes, you have to do that with Focusrite when you're doing anything in Windows.
Jeff, Doug says to message him your question.
Oh, okay. I'll check my phone then. I'll be right back.
That's one of the inherent problems with Focusrite equipment is that if you don't download the software and register it with them, it tends not to work well.
Everything is good to go.
Double. Say it again, Scott.
I was going to say that one of the issues that Focusrite has with their equipment is that, especially the Scarlet, is that if you do not download the software for the Scarlet and register it through Windows, it does not work right. With Linux, the Focusrite does work in the sense that you can put your mic input into it and get digital audio out, but as far as any of the other features, it doesn't accommodate.
I think Jeff would have hopefully heard that.
So if he was having issues with his Focusrite, that's probably the main reason is because he didn't download the driver for it.
Was because I think I seem to have it working now.
Double. Just hold on, Jeff. Say it again, Scott.
I said if Jeff was having issues with the audio in his Focusrite, that's probably what it was, is because the software actually unlocks the Focusrite so that you can use it.
Okay, everybody hang on. Jeff, give a 30-second talk. Doug wants to hear it.
Okay, so when I first put it in, I did not download nothing for the Focusrite. It picked it up on its own on the computer, so I did not have to download no drivers or no nothing. But I noticed once me and Dwayne did that, now I'm using Focusrite drivers instead of USB drivers, so that may be the difference.
I don't know what happened, but okay, it did. For whatever reason, my stream on the one screen here was circling, but I think it went through. Doug, did you hear that?
Well, I'm glad we got that all ironed out.
Yeah, I know it had to be something crazy for it not to work right, and just had that wee little bit in the back.
Yeah, there's something about the Focusrite drivers that are slightly different than the standard, like run generic Windows drivers that come with the with Windows. There's just something about it, and I discovered this while perusing a bunch of YouTube videos when I was trying to get mine to work with Linux.
Right. I did not know that. I guess I should have asked, but now, Dwayne, I can run all my my inputs way down low. I'm actually running not even up to 0 on the mic. I'm running a little bit below, but there's right up to 0 now. Before I had to run it all the way open, so it must have worked.
On the live chat, you can see what Doug said, Jeff.
Sounds great. Needs a few tweaks, but it's very close.
Oh, 100%.
Well, it's pretty good for just playing it by ear the other night. Well, I guess I did start at 11 and quit at 4:30 in the morning, so I did have some time involved.
Hopefully you didn't have to work the next morning.
No, it was Sunday. I just went to church.
The things we do for our hobby. The SDR ESSB Rumble in the Jungle, guys. We want to have good sounding audio, so we put the time and effort into it.
I just like playing with my audio all the time, so that's just me. I like playing with audio. Then I get on an antenna kick, but I guess it's getting warm. I got to work on my antenna on my tower now.
Nothing wrong with that. Scott, I went to see Dr. Dahlia today, and he says my kidney function's improving, and my my A1C numbers have come down. He wants them down a little bit more, so he's upped my one pill there. So anyhow, so that was good, and I told him about having to go about a biopsy in London there, Victoria Hospital. He didn't seem to. I think he was reading something on his computer there. So he didn't seem to be too concerned. So I said, Dr. Cool just kind of wants to make sure that it's not a cancer. Anyhow, so I got a good report from him. Let's put it that way.
Well, that's positive news. That's what we look for.
Yes. And he had no mask on. I said, "It's good to see you." A smiling face, and he said, "Yes." Because the first time I met him, he had a mask on. I could not understand what he was saying because he was masked up, but now it was no problem. The other two times we just did it over the phone, but this time went right to his office, and so yeah, very pleased.
That's good. That's good.
Oh.
This thing here has a lot of platforms and a lot of audio things that comes with it too.
Oh yeah, Cakewalk. It's loaded pretty well, but not only that, it takes a third-party plug-in, so you can go out and look for some VSTs, third-party plug-ins, and add to it.
And I noticed.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like it, but I don't know. Doug says we're gonna get the XR working, even sounding a lot better than this one.
I was gonna say, Scott, you don't have that echo like you did last night. It was really noticeable last night. Tonight, I don't even know if I hear it. But you sound good.
I don't have it turned on right now.
Okay, I'm not a big fan of it, but that's just me.
Yeah, I just noticed that it wasn't coming through on the plug-in that I have up on the screen, so I have to start the rack yet. But it doesn't auto patch in unless I start the rack separately. So when I've had the software shut down, so when I restart the software for the Sun, I have to start the rack separately if I want the reverb in there.
Roger.
not quite plug and play.
W4 NAEK.
And there's Nate.
Good evening, Nate.
Good evening.
Heidi ho, Nate.
Howdy there. Just got home.
Just an FYI, I'm live streaming, so just to let you know.
Okay, I'll keep it above board.
Yeah, no biting of ears, pulling of hair, or gouging of eyes.
Hey, who knows? We might be famous one day. Let me go over to adjust some things here. I'll be right back.
Good evening, everybody. W4 DOR.
Good evening, Dom.
Good evening.
And good evening, Dom. KG2FM. I'm back also.
Hey, Mike, hear ya.
Hey, Mike.
Hello, Dom.
Hello, Jeff. Hello, Mike.
Hello, Dom. Hello, Nate. Hello, DJ. And everybody else you spoke to already.
Hello, Mike, Dom.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah, I thought maybe I was dirt there for a minute.
Good evening, Dave. Hey, guess what? Me and Darren were up on 20 meters today, and we did DV, digital voice mode. It sounded fantastic. He was only coming in with an F5 before we went to DV. When we went over to DV, all the noise was gone, and he was crystal clear.
I mean, those packets was traveling pretty good there. All right.
Good evening, Dave.
Good evening. Dom, did you, was that all you had to do was switch to DV mode while you were on that frequency?
Yeah, that's all we did was switch over there. He's got a 7100 also, and he was testing it out.
Was the noise, I take it, the noise was on his end there.
Yeah, as soon as we switched over to DV, it just like a squelch was set. And then I keyed up and called him, and he keyed up and came back, and I was amazed. Because he was only running 100 watts. We were on 20 because the other bands weren't working either.
That's cool. I like that. That's good.
Maybe we'll have to try that this weekend. I'd like to hear it.
Oh, it was a double A. It was Nate and Dave. Go ahead, Dave.
Sorry about that, Nate. No, I was just saying we'll have to try that this weekend. I'd like to hear it.
Yeah, we could do that. Simple enough. And what did you say, Nate?
Explain this digital voice on 20. Were you on D-Star?
Yeah, we just, all we do is change modes. Like you pick up our sideband, lower sideband, AM, FM. We have one that says DV for digital voice. Yeah, you can do it simplex.
Yeah, QSO, is it using the D-Star?
What's that?
Is it, what protocol is it using? Is it D-Star?
Yeah, it's D-Star simplex. Me and him could talk, but we're not on the network where we're going out over the internet. It was just simplex.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, understand. Yeah, I can't do that with my radio. I don't know if any of the ASU HF radios will do system fusion on HF.
Oh, well, when you hit your mode selection, where you select your modes, is there something in there for that?
No, not on the DX10, I don't believe, but I wonder if the 991 has it.
Well, I don't know. Is Bill in here?
No.
Bill.
Not yet.
All right. So, Jeff, you took the mobile out today?
Did I do what?
The mobile. You said you were going to take the mobile out.
Oh, yeah, I took it out yesterday.
I
can't hear that at the station.
No, I couldn't hear him either. He was way down in the noise.
That might be Roger on the Mobile KI4PIL.
That's who it is.
All right, somebody pick him up. I'll stand by W4DR.
Hey, Roger, you got Dwayne. I hear you in North Carolina. Yeah, you're a little bit weak, but I can pull you out there. All right, well, at least that mobile's working. All right, anybody else pick him up?
He's in my noise.
He's just above the noise here. I'm in North Carolina. Is he in North Carolina too?
Yeah, he's in North Carolina.
Oh, he popped up that time.
Yeah, I believe he's like right up the block, right up the street from Art.
Roger in Kernersville. Yeah, you know, you pop up every once in a while. It's around an S9. My noise level's between a 7 and 8. Every once in a while, you pop up and then you drop back off. It's kind of weird, suddenly. Anyway, when I do hear you sound again. Oh, I got you. All right. Roger. Are you in a truck? Roger. Okay, I got you. What antenna are you running on it? Again? What'd you say? Okay, Scorpion. Roger. Okay, very good. All righty. And you got a kicker in there? Or you got any power? Yeah, it's weird because it seems like I don't know if you have a loose antenna connection or what, but your audio seems to pump. Like it'll peak and then immediately get cut back. Like your SWRs may be sky high or something. I didn't get that. That's a little better, but you still, it's hard to tell what you're dipping in and out of the noise. Let me stand by in case somebody else could receive you better and tell you better than I can, because it's really not fair to do it like this. W4 deal. Oh, okay, yeah, you did pick up a little bit. Yeah, are you running the mic gain processor? Okay. Well, it sounds like the gain might be a tad high because you're pumping. It's kind of hard to, I don't know, is your SWR good on this end? All right.
Something sounds like it might need to be adjusted because he should be getting out a lot louder on the Scorpion.
Yeah, he comes in real strong and he just dies right off.
Barely above the noise here in Charlotte, over.
Well, you came up on the last one there, down here to Jacksonville. I heard you.
Yeah, he's got a problem here because he'll be real strong and just drop off real quick.
Yeah, that's what I was getting.
I think might need to check that. I don't know where he has the amp wired to or what. I don't know.
I mean, I understand fading, but he didn't fade. He just dropped.
Yeah, you can hear that little popping noise, you know?
Yeah, like you said, like he got maybe the gain up too high. You can hear it popping when he talks.
All right. Well, I'll make a note of that, and when he comes home this weekend, I'll take a look, and we'll do some more radio testing then.
Roger, Roger.
Good deal, Mike. Good deal.
Oh, is that Mike? He's almost somewhere. Did you say you sold it?
He's in a truck up in Cartersville.
Wait, say it again, mate. You and Mike, double.
Oh, I was just asking Mike if that's one of his friends from Jacksonville, maybe that's in a truck up there in Cartersville.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Roger, he's an OTR driver, so he's up there for the overnight, and then I think he heads back this way tomorrow. Yeah, I hear you. Okay. Well, you hear him better now, Dom?
No, it's not his fault. I got static coming in, crash. It's starting to pick up.
All right. Well, we'll let Art know. He's going to be on the regular. I think he spoke to Art last time when we was doing the park. So, yeah, they can get an eyeball.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Cool.
DK1WIL.
Hey, what's going on, Bill?
Hello, Bill.
Good evening, Bill.
Hey, Bill, W4NDK.
Good evening, Bill.
I know probably a bunch in there. I heard Dave, I heard Jeff, Dominic, and I think I heard Dwayne.
Yeah, I think I key with you partially.
Hey, Bill, Mike here, Jacksonville.
Oh, hey, Mike, yeah. Boy, good signal tonight, Mike.
It's Mr. Bill.
Hey, Scott, how's it going, buddy?
I'm doing just fine.
Oh, I know you in there, Scott. Hey, Scott.
Oh, yeah, I'm in the background. Don't worry.
Oh, hey, Scott.
Mr. Mike.
Scott, you're booming in here.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad tonight.
Hey, Dom, I figured out the 991A does the C4 FM over HF.
Oh, yeah. Bill, you got a 991A, right?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 991A.
Still in the box.
No, I had it out. I got to show you my old setup. I got to dig a picture up. You would not believe it. Dominic.
You know, I'm just jiving.
Oh, that's okay. I'm used to it. I get it from all sides, so I'm used to it.
Does the 991A do like C4 FM simplex like? Is it a mode like selection?
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. Have you ever done that, Bill?
I did the C4 on it and stuff, through Fusion and all that stuff. I've done that.
And Bill, I'm live streaming, so I was trying to move my speakers. I had to crawl underneath the desk and everything, but Just don't have enough cable, so I couldn't move them. So anyhow, carry on, gentlemen. I just want to let you know I'm live streaming VA3 KBC at the top of the hour.
Oh, okay, DJ. I didn't know you was in there. Good evening there. So, okie doke on the live stream on K1WIL.
K8 TTU. W4 DOM.
KB3 WBX.
Whiskey 3 Delta Echo Papa.
W4 NDK.
KG2 MN.
VE3 PSN.
Well,
I just want to tell Bill, don't mention nothing about Mr. Confucius.
Jeff and Bill double.
Well, I know he won.
What?
I said, I know he won, so you heard what he said.
Actually, it was a mix.
I said, don't mention nothing about Mr. Confucius.
Oh, no. No, not when they're live streaming. I'll stay away from that.
All right.
Is that Roger again? He's really weak.
Yeah, you said you have a good night. You have a good night too, sir. Yeah, see you later, Roger. W4 NDK, Nate and Charlotte. You came in a little bit better that time.
Having a good evening there, Roger. W3 DEP, Dwayne.
All right, Roger. Have a good night. Catch you later. KG2 MN.
Wow, I'm not hearing him.
All right, I'm back. KG4 WQQ.
Hey, Richard.
See, I'm all dressed up tonight. I got my bow tie on.
What's up, Richard?
So you got the bow tie on, so you're doing the Pee Wee Herman tonight, huh?
Oh, yeah. I'm working this bow tie.
Evening, Richard.
Yeah, good evening. I get this thing over here when I talk on it.
Oh. Yeah, 78 degrees in the shack here. It is warm.
Working tonight.
Oh, we double, Richard. I was saying I got 78 degrees in the shack here. It's warm.
I got 68.
Thinking of stripping here, but then I realized that the stream is going, so I wouldn't want to shock everybody.
I got 81 here in my shack.
Good thing for that 3 to 5 second delay.
It's warm here, too.
73.
I got 61 outside.
67 here.
33 here.
34 here, 73 inside.
39 and 71.
And 36 inside.
What was the outside, Mike?
5 outside if you can breathe through all the pollen in the air.
Double. What'd you say? What's the temperature outside in Florida?
Oh, yeah, Charlotte, 65 and lots of pollen.
Mike, what do you got down in Jacksonville, Florida?
Got 74 outside and 76 inside.
Ah, nice.
Okay, he wins.
Yeah.
Bill?
Yeah.
I bought a new weather station and I had to ship it back.
No kidding. What was wrong with it?
Well, I'm thinking RF making it go crazy. It had one of those touch screens where you just barely touch it. You could go through the different stages of things, and it just made it go crazy. Then I think it just created a problem. So I'm going to ship it back tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I don't run a bunch of power like these guys do. I'm 350, 400 the most, but my weather station's right out by my antenna. It doesn't bother at all.
Yeah, it bothered there's a little display inside the house there, it made it go crazy. I shut it down and restarted it, and it was the Accurite 5-in-1 with the lightning detection.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I got here. Did you put any ferrites on the power cord?
I sure did.
Wow, I can't believe. Well, like I said, I don't run a lot of wattage, so maybe that's why.
I thought you had it fixed though, Dwayne.
I did too. It worked for hours underneath this TV stand. I brought it back in this room here. It worked for hours. I was talking to Jeff up on 80 meters here, right here, and all once it just went crazy. So I'm thinking it might have an issue.
That sounds like it.
It's that capacitive touch
I hit
thing.
the reset button, and the reset button didn't even want to work.
It had an RF issue.
It had something.
Did you have to reboot it?
I rebooted
here
it
we
right
go.
to the box.
Starting with that
and
reboot
back.
stuff already.
I had to throw that in there because I knew Joe was listening.
I heard you too.
Got to do a Control-Alt-Delete, and then if that doesn't work, reboot.
Yeah,
All else fails, push the little red button and turn it back on.
It's been over 5 years now, and it's been working good.
Now, you have the one, if you just barely touch it, it will change the light settings?
In a monitor.
No, see, mine's not like that. For me to change the light setting, they're up on top of the display, on the bezel on top here up in the middle. I have to hold my finger over top of that, and in a couple of seconds, and it'll dim or brighten.
Is it a button or just real smooth? You just run your finger across it?
It's real smooth. It's like a light bulb there. It's got an insignia like a light bulb, and you just put your finger over it.
Yeah, that's how mine was. You barely had to touch it, and it would change.
I think there's a setting in there for that, if I'm not mistaken. I think I got mine shut off now. I can put my finger over and hold it. It won't dim down.
Yeah, but it was just taking my display out, completely wiping the display out.
Yeah, it would have to probably be RF getting into it.
Maybe the difference was that 1,000 watts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm only running 350, 400 watts. You throw 1,000 or 1,500 into it, it might change.
My old one was a Stan Logic. It didn't have no issues.
What are you going to do, try to get another one, or just forget it and get your money back, or buy a different brand?
Yeah, I think I got to go with a different brand. I bought it off Amazon, so I told them the problem that it had. And what I'll do is next one I search for, I want to search for something that has physical buttons you have to push.
Yeah, probably be a better choice.
It's one thing about Amazon is they have a very, very good policy as far as returns and how simple it is to return.
Yep, they send you a little code for the store to scan, UPS to scan it, and they take your package and you're off and running.
Well, here I just take it to the post office. Yeah, you go online to your order and return, and you print out the barcode thing, put it on your package, take it into the post office because it's free shipping back. And the next day you check your Visa and it's already been credited back. As soon as they get the scan in from the post office, you get credited back.
So I got to do research and see which one I want next.
Buy one of those good ones, Davis.
Yeah, they're nice, but I don't like their display.
Yeah, that's the only drawback on those ones. I've looked at them, but I don't like it. It's like a yellowish or maybe an orange type display on them.
Yeah, that one I had looks about identical to what you had when you sent me that picture that time. It looks identical to that, and that's what I liked about it. Very colorful, a lot of information, stored stuff for months, but it's just not going to work out. So my next choice, I got to be very careful what I pick.
Oh, yeah. If it's RF getting into it, there's nothing you can do about that.
What are you picking?
Weather station.
Whatever station? I thought you was picking a guitar.
No, one of them outdoor weather stations that you put outdoor. Just the one I bought, RF was just eating it up.
Well, which one did you buy?
Called the Accurate 5-in-1 with the lightning detection.
Well, that's the one I got. I don't bother with RF.
That's what makes me think that mine has an issue.
Hey, Richard, does yours have the lightning protection or the lightning thing? And maybe that's why mine doesn't have that. Now that I think about it, maybe it's what it's picking up.
Might be picking up on that lightning detector, but I don't have the lightning detector hooked to mine. That's a separate little apparatus. And I didn't bother with hooking that one up. I just wanted to see the wind and the rain and what the temperature was inside and outside.
Yeah, that might be it, Dwayne. It might be that lightning detector might be picking your RF up.
No, because when I first got it, I had it on the wall here, and I never put the lightning detection outside, and it did it on the wall here. So it did it without me even having it, hooked up.
Yeah. Now, like I said, I don't run a whole bunch of wattage, but I know Richard can put it up there once in a while, and it's not bothering his. That's kind of funny.
Hey, Bill.
Copy, I'll be back. W4DR.
I'm on back.
Bring me one.
What's up, Rick? I'm sorry, Jeff.
Yeah, you can just call Dwayne Lightning Dwayne.
Flash.
Oh, that's what you're doing. You're flashing your lightning gauge.
Well, if I was flashing it, the alert would have went off.
You put too much in it, it went right past the alert to, I don't know what I'm doing.
That's what she said.
Oh.
That was spot on.
You opened up for that one?
Yes, sir. He was waiting right there with both feet ready to pounce like a tomcat.
I put a hole in the floorboard.
You should see his desk, the pencil marks he's got on it for all the zingers.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
I'm running totally digital audio now.
That sounds good.
Yeah, Dwayne helped me figure it out. It helps when you download the right drivers for it.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Oh, thank you.
You got her awful close to the other one. I couldn't tell.
That's what Dwayne said. He says, which one is that? I critiqued it just a little bit there and had to add, still seems like it's a little shy on the upper end, but it's really close. It's really close compared to my listening to the SDR.
Yeah, you got it pretty well dialed in. Very, very similar to your other one.
So instead of having one that sounds like crap, I got two. I'm sorry. At least I'm consistent.
I'll tell you, I'm getting to the point where it is, when I turn it on, it is what it is. I quit bothering with it.
No, you sound the same all the time. I noticed you did take a little bottom out. Still sounds good here.
Yeah, I pulled back on the bottom a little wee bit.
Now, that's not running no big bottom or nothing, Bill. I am running a patch or a plug, whatever you call it, that has a big bottom boost in it, and I'm running two of them.
Yeah, some of the digital stuff, you can pretty much emulate the effects if you get the right plug-in or right VST or something. You can pretty much simulate that. It's not the same, but very close.
And you know what I like too is them ones that looks like the old-fashioned piece of equipment, and you have the list you can go down through, and it says enhance your highs, a high enhancement, and boy, it really does work. It makes a big difference in the sound.
Yeah, I'll be truthful with you. The plugins in the DAW system, if you're going to do the audio part, I think they're easier to run it as this rack gear.
I'm only going to run this for a couple of days, and I'm switching again.
Well, that's what it's all about. We get in there and play around with everything.
But now, once I get done with probably today or tomorrow, I'm going to take his Focusrite to Dwayne's house and let him, he can use it. Now, since we know it's right.
Yeah. Once you get it set up and you know it's working, that's, yeah.
I was really surprised. I had RF. Just enough Dwayne was the only one. Maybe you could have heard it too. But you or Dwayne would have been the only people who could hear it. It was just right on the end of the words, and Dwayne picked it out. And then we went back in and downloaded the correct drivers, and I come back on, and everybody says it's gone.
I know back years ago when I was running the DAW, I could turn it on, Jeff, and it'd be perfect. I was getting compliments and stuff, and then the next day I'd turn it on, it was just like crazy. It just went south on me. And it probably was the drivers. The drivers wasn't lining up with it.
Well, I run the one, I don't care who knows. Well, I run that patch through like Motor Mouth Mall from a guy in Florida did the radios, you know what I mean. Opened them up, made them widebanded, blah, blah, blah. Put the Osimo in them, and he set up my computer too when he sent it back to me. That thing was flawless. It was just like turning on an old radio. Turned it on, started talking, it sounded the same every time.
Oh, no, yeah, when I got the direct injection radio, and I went with Motor Mouth Mall's setup there and stuff, I had no problem with that. They even installed that where you come off frequency and get back on again. You're supposed to rise, above. It's to put your carrier over top of everybody. And that's even in there. I still got that equipment. I still got the computer set up and Pro Tools in that one.
Yeah, that's what I had. It's what it is. It keys on top of another signal. It's called a VFO slide. That's what Motor Mouth Mall used. And yeah, I used that too. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, you can't hear it, but somebody out when you key that thing up, you can hear that whistle coming up. You can hear that.
Oh yeah, I've been on the YouTube, and you could hear it and see it. It was pretty great. Richard probably knows something about that.
I do, but I don't use it, and I don't try to push it off on people either, because I think it's kind of stupid myself.
But when you get them aggravating days where you want to aggravate, back in the day, that would work.
Back in the day, if I wanted to aggravate, I'd turn on my Mr. Jiggs doorbell.
Mike, plusieurs années en arrière à 20 000 $. Lui, il va acheter ça, celui qui n'a pas d'argent.
Lucky, and then it's everybody else's problem out there.
Oh, yeah. Take it up, play around, and
the opening part of that movie when that gal is getting jerked up and down in the water.
That's with your dog, they do the same thing there.
Be sure, and it sounds ridiculous, but be sure to mention that you're part of the world-famous Toad Harp.
The guitar would wind up going in.
Well, what are you going to do in the meantime? You're going to be...
La sortie AIF du Acom.
My name is correct, and the Alpha 59. I keep it short. Thank you very much for your...
on the diversity, so that's pretty cool. By the way, when you got on the phone...
In fact, I still have it.
We ain't still on live stream, are we?
Yep.
That stage, and once I got my ticket, I was through with that.
Yeah, I'm still live streaming. I did go to 40 meters just to check things out there, but I'm back.
Somebody will say, I know where all them guys went.
Is the band open?
Yeah, it is. I was on there earlier, talked to Belgium.
Kilo Bravo 3, Whiskey Bravo X-ray on the 20.
K1WIO, and I hear Dominic's back.
W3 DEP.
Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo.
VA3 KBC.
V3 PSN.
And I'm curious, what is Mr. Jig's doorbell?
Mr. Jig's doorbell, and Mr. Jig's was the one that made a lot of noise toys. And when you keyed up your microphone, they go bing bong.
Oh man, sounds funny.
Or you could put a switch on it. When you keyed it up, it'd go ping ping, but it was an earpiecing period.
I'm glad that we don't have that on ham radio.
Give me a little bit, and I'll put it on here.
Yeah, you get on the right frequencies, you might be surprised.
I mean, all I got to do is wire it up. I ain't no problem. It's in a noise box. Like somebody else said, when I came an amateur radio operator, I give all that stuff up. I just didn't sell it to nobody so they could aggravate anybody.
Yeah, I'm the same way, Richard. I did the same thing. I got my ticket. I got away from it. And I have friends that live pretty close to me. They keep, why don't you get on? Why don't you get on? I said, no, I'm past it. I really am. I try to tell those guys, I say, get your ticket. You'll never look back.
Well, when you go and buy the biggest amplifier that money can buy for the biggest that you need right at the time, and you're starting out talking on the locals around you, and I can't hear them. Well, can you go tell them, well, go get you an antenna. Well, I can't talk to them. Well, go get you an amplifier. Well, when you do all that, when they don't want to listen to you, they just want to key up and plug your ears and make obscene sounds and threats and everything. So they started threatening me. I just took my stuff down, sold it all, and went to amateur radio, and I ain't looked back.
Yeah, that's the way you got to look at it.
And to this day, I still get phone calls being accused of making obscene sounds and noise on the CB radio. And I'm like, you've lost it, dude. I don't have one.
That's like my neighbor was complaining about, noise coming across her TV. She couldn't watch TV. Her son, I seen her son, and he said, Mom's still complaining about you coming across your TV. And I said, Terry, I haven't had a CB radio for a couple of years. Oh, so couldn't blame me.
Well, the biggest thing that what caused me to go ahead and get my amateur license was my neighbor come down from work one Saturday morning, and I'm sitting in here about 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm talking to a guy over in Tupelo, Mississippi, and he calls me up and he says, hey man. Hey man. I said, yeah, what's up, man? He says, I just got in from work. Said, I'm trying to go to bed, man. Said, but you're coming across my clock stereo, that alarm clock stereo. You're turning on my touch tone lamps over here. Said, I unplugged them. Said, I unplugged the alarm clock stereo. And said, I heard you coming through my surround sounds. And I went in there and unhooked it and said, man, you're still coming across the speaker. And I unplugged them. Said, you still coming across it. I said, brother, I'm sorry. Let me see what my problem is. As daylight comes up, a critter got out here and chewed into my coax, and I had a 360 degrees out there 12 foot around where the RF was bouncing off the ground, burning the grass up. So, yeah, that's another reason why I went to amateur radio and don't look back.
Well, it took me a month every night, 2 to 3 hours studying before I wrote the exam. So that's one thing a lot of guys don't want to do. They want instant gratification. So They don't want to spend the time and the hours studying.
I went to QRZ before you have to start signing in. Now you got to sign in before you do any practice testing. And I sat there for 2 weeks straight, practice test, one right after another. I might take 3 or 4 of them at nighttime, get up the next morning and take another one. And one Saturday morning, one Sunday morning, my boy was in there, and I said, you ready to go take the test? He said, no, Daddy. He said, I'm tired, so I'm going to take it. Give me a minute, I get dressed. He went with me. He didn't even study. He read half of the book and went up there and passed it.
Yeah, we have 3 different licenses here. Basic, if you get, I think you got to get 80%. You got to get 70 to 80% for basic. That gives you 6 meters and up. And then if you get over 80% on the exam, that's basic with honors. That gives you all the bands, all the frequencies on the bands, and 560 watts PEP. And once you've done that, then you can try for the advanced, and that's very, very technical. That if you get that, then you can run 2250 watts. You can put up a repeater, and I think there's a few other things. So that's why I studied hard. I just didn't want to have 6 meters and up. I wanted to have all the bands and having, all the bands and all the frequencies. So that's why I worked hard every night. Like I said, 2 or 3 hours just studying, writing it out, reading it, writing it, doing the formulas and everything, trying to get it into this all thick old skull here. So I got, I think it was 93% on the exam or 94, I forget now. But anyhow, I passed, and that was 10 years ago. Actually, no.
Well, me and that boy, we took it 20-some years ago now. When we took it, we took the technician class. He missed it by 1, and I missed it by 2. But they still passed us. That's all. They wasn't supposed to tell us that. He missed one question. I missed 2 questions. And they didn't want to give us a general test right then and there. And we was like, no, I'm not studied for that one. So it was 2 years later after I got my technician class license. I was on a 2-meter repeater. And I was talking down towards Noonan, Georgia, with a set of 13 B2s, 80-some feet in the air. And I started getting these awful emails that coming popping up and dinging on my computer, and then my phone went to ringing. I was like, what the sap? And there was a repeater up in Fort Payne, Alabama, and they was jumping all up and down on top of me because they've been trying to get a hold of me to get that up so they could use their repeater. And I told them like it was, this is the way I was told. If you don't have a courtesy tone on it and you don't have a PLL tone on it, it's an open repeater. I'm using a repeater that's got a courtesy tone and it's got a PLL tone, and that's the reason why I don't hear y'all. So y'all just have to deal with it. So they sent a letter to the FCC. The FCC sent me a letter. I got another guy to come over here that was a OO. He looked at my station and said there was nothing wrong and wrote compliments on it on the way I was operating. Sent it back in. And then that summer, I went up and took my general test, and I left 2 meters alone. I don't care about 2 meters, could care less. If somebody give me one of them, I'd probably use it for a damn wheel scotch. HG4 WQQ.
Well, my 2 meter I took out, was up on the desk here, and I took it off, moved my monitor from down below to up above, so I got both monitors side by side now, the 32-inch and 24-inch. And I've got 2 2-meter rigs. I'm thinking of selling them, so I very rarely use. I don't have it in the vehicle anymore. And when I had in here, I did have on, but I had the volume turned down. But I'm just thinking, I might just sell them and forget about 2 meters. And the other thing is, March 27th. That's in another 3 weeks. It'll be 11 years that I've been licensed. VA3 KBC bottom of the hour.
VA3 PSN.
K8 TTU. W4 DLM.
K1 WIL.
W4 NDK.
I've had all the licenses since novice, all the way through it, and I guess it's about 23 years now.
Time goes by, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Time flies by, doesn't it?
Yeah. What'd you say, Don?
Just IDing, just got back.
Welcome back.
Evening, Don.
Evening, Mr. Bill.
I've had mine for almost 25 years.
But the last, 4 or 5 years, you've been on it the most, though, right?
Yeah. I didn't actually have a station set up till 2004, I think it was. Actually, yeah, I didn't have a station set up. Yeah, about 2004, 2005 is when I actually put a station together out on the farm. Well, just before I moved to the farm, and then when I did get the farm, then I put up a small station. Never did much with it because I didn't do anything right. And then it wasn't until I got here into town that actually started doing something in 2014. So for my station actually sat idle for 20 years.
Wow.
Well, I've had mine for 48 years.
I think you're the old timer on here, Don, with the most time on ham radio, I believe.
Yeah, but I didn't get very smart over those years. I never dove into the electronic stuff.
I didn't have much of a choice. That's what I was taking in school.
Oh, I loved it. I did it in the service.
Yeah, I took it too. I took a course on it. It was only basic and intermediate electronics, but you do learn a lot from that.
And I was doing engineering telecommunications.
Oh, man, you're way up there.
Can't say I came out with an engineering degree, but that's what I was taking. Yep, I was taking electronics engineering, telecommunications, analog circuitry, and then .com hit.
I'm just one of them stupid old Pennsylvania hillbilly guys.
Well, in 1994 was when .com hit, and everything in the telecommunications world decided to change to digital within 6 months. And most of my colleagues that I went to school with that were doing analog circuitry basically had to rework what we were going to actually do for the rest of our lives.
Geez, I'll tell you what, up on the side of the mountain up here where I live at, they're still burning the pots up here. They're still doing the belly stoves up in the mountains there. Get that stuff crystal clear. It'll kill you, but it goes down smooth.
They got T1s
I worked with a guy who went to school for 3.5 years for computers back in the 70s doing the punch cards. It wasn't 5 years later they come out with digital, or the other programs. They wasted 3.5 years.
I still had the fundamentals, but we had to basically start integrating programming and digital stuff into what we had already tried to learn. So some of us didn't fare very well.
But really, though, Scott, you're better off today, though, now, aren't you?
As far as what?
Well, where you're working and what you're getting paid and what you're doing, or are you happy with it, or would you rather done the other?
I don't know. It depends, because I never actually got to use my schooling for what I was intended to. Me becoming an electrician was kind of I was in the right place at the right time when somebody asked me to join the union.
Well, that's what I mean. So sometimes things work out maybe for the better.
Oh yeah, I can't complain.
I always loved radio, even as a kid. When I went into service, I was a tactical communications operating mechanic, and it was a self-paced course. I passed it in no time at all, and they kept me on, and I took another MOS, which was what they called a FADAC. It was a field utility directional computer. That was my first hands-on computer, and we're talking logic flip-flops here, old big cards.
Yeah.
And me, I didn't grow up with a computer, so me going to school to take electronics and whatnot was a totally new ballgame.
Just set of walkie-talkies, you know, or something like that, and it just, I don't know, for some reason it hangs with you.
That's how I started. Bill was as a kid. It was a Lafayette Telstat 23 channel, 12A, and then a 23 channel, I think it was. Took about 15, 20 batteries. I don't remember how many AAAs it took, but it took quite a few batteries. And I used to have that on my bicycle with a 102-inch white fiberglass whip.
Yeah, much. you had to have a cart in the back of your bicycle to you know, pull your Lafayette around with you. That's the same way. Then you had the telescopic antenna on. It was about 9 foot high.
Yeah, I had that one too, but that 102-inch whip did a lot better. I had a strap to the handlebars and everything. Oh man, me and this kid Artie, we used to go out to the beach, and I'd get on the radio and tell everybody where I was at. Like, you old enough to drive? I go, yeah, I'm old enough to drive. It was a bicycle.
I've only been in this for a year, and it surprises everybody because I hate people.
I noticed when he pulls up, though, when Dave pulls up to your house, that CB is just a blasting on Channel 19.
Yeah, I've never been very social, so this last year's been a change.
What are you saying, David? You're coming out of your shell.
I would have never known. I kind of knew it.
You know what? When I first got my ticket, you know, I did the 11-meter deal back in the day, but when you got I got my ticket, you know, to come on ham radio, I was like a little bit gun shy. You know, you'd sit there and listen for a while. You don't want to key up or anything, you know. Then after you get your feet wet, and you don't care anymore.
I'll tell you who wasn't shy, Jeff. Jeff must have been the loudest one on that CB radio. Right there, Dwayne. Are they both gone?
He must be on the phone.
Well, guys.
Yeah, I don't think Jeff was ever shy.
I'm going to call it a night. I've been yawning here, so stream's been running for an hour, 47 minutes. So anyhow, I'll catch you guys in the morning. And yeah, that's it. So live long and prosper. I'm shutting the stream off. There we go. Live long and prosper. I'm shutting the stream off. Everybody have a good night. Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie going QRT.
Good night, DJ.
7-3, my friend, and we'll talk to you later. V3 be son.
Later, DJ. Have a good night.
Good night, DJ. I'm going to take a break for a second. I'll be right back. I'm going to go listen to the stream and hear what my audio sounds like.
Okay, hasta la vista.